What's up guys, welcome to Pro Strat number 34, where pros dupe strats. And here we have a round from Heroic versus Furia in the ESL Pro League. And this is kind of an odd one. They're rushing B, but from the other way. They're going window to market to B. And I think Fnatic in like 2015 or 2013 or a million years ago did this. And they had a smoke for this area too, but Heroic just run it, man. They just run it. And I mean, there are two smokes that I'll get into later, but you ever try to retake B as a CT? Yeah, you have that problem, except on the T side, and trying to take the B bomb site in the first place. Also, can we give credit to Furia? They actually kind of played this round really well, except towards the end where they died, but, you know. So we're gonna look at Acadian Smoke first. This smoke is gonna land under stairs and help stun a Lurk up connector and into either jungle or into CT. And he goes CT in this situation. I imagine he goes CT in most situations. Acadian's gonna be fighting a little bit, but he gets mollied, so he's just gonna sit back, chill, wait for his team to get out of market, and then try to pinch the B bomb site. Also, can we talk about how this round is basically a CT retake, except you're on the T side and trying to take the bomb site? Just the way that the people are coming from is kind of like how CTs would retake the B post-plant. Ston himself is going to be throwing a connector smoke, and this is what people used to throw like back in the early days of CSGO to try to go up cat, but then they didn't realize there was a one-way that CTs could abuse. Well, we're throwing it in this situation, and you're going to see Acadian Smoke come into a play just about now. Ston's going to creep up into the smoke. And you can see this smoke blocks off the left side of the bomb site, so you can't get peeked from like default, for example. This allows him to kind of creep into CT spawn and get a really good flank on people rotating from A to B. The round's going to play out in a 2v2, and there's no strategy here. It's just you're trying to fight the people on the bomb site. So, yeah. Not three people are rushing window to markets B. I don't think that really needs any watching or explanation. So for the smokes, we have the connector smoke. You're going to get to this corner right here, right outside T-spawn. And you can do this in a bunch of ways. I personally just aim at the second marking on the white part right here, and then move up until you're in the red area right above it and jump throw. This is a 128 tick server, but I believe this smoke also works on 64 tick if I'm not mistaken. So this is your smoke, so you can very easily just walk into it, walk up the stairs a little bit, jump up, and then kind of come up here. Right, nice and simple. And of course there's like the random flash that just went in there. That's kind of just a whatever flash as far as I'm aware. So to throw Acadian Smoke, you're going to find the pipe in mid right here, and then you're going to find this random marking right here that's right near the sticks. Okay, so you're going to find that marking, you're going to crouch, and then you're going to jump throw your smoke. Again, 128 tick. It's going to bounce off of the lip here, and then bounce a few times, land there. So with these two smokes up, it's pretty hard to see you as you creep up connector right here. As far as I'm aware, you can't be spotted from either side here. So you can kind of very easily just come up here and then check these angles. And then, you know, just make your way over, creep up. Listen for the rotates. The key here is to not make noise, because the second you take a step, the CTs are going to hear it. So be wary of that. Instead of going CT, if you think they already rotated, you could just kind of come jungle, but this is a little more predictable since your team has already came through here. Right? They literally just jumped up window and came into jungle. It's more than likely someone could still be here looking for the backstab right here. So going the long way, probably more effective, but takes a lot longer. Also important to note that you need to make your head as difficult to hit as possible as the T, and this goes for any pistol round really, but you can see when they're jumping around market in this area, they're kind of jumping around and just making their heads really hard to hit, because people are going to be holding angles like this, aiming at head height, and then when you jump over their crosshair, you have to adjust, and that's not the easiest shot in the world, right? Now, as for the cat lurk, you want the cat lurk to have a P250 just because the fights you take here are usually long range. right? So like the bench headshot angle right there, maybe someone's balcony or van. You really want the P250 just to get that headshot. And I mean, considering you're taking long range fights, you're basically a USP, but loud. Small little detail to close it out. No one's going apartments in this strat, and it's a relatively safe assumption to assume that no CT is going to play in the apartments area on a pistol round. You know, because if you find multiple people here, you gotta run for your life. And it's super risky to play like that on pistol. It's still possible, especially if you're, you know, pro level, super good aimer. But no one goes apartments because you don't need to, right? There's not really going to be much that you're going to find around here. Maybe you catch a guy over here off guard, but you kind of have your cat player doing that anyway. So it doesn't really matter. And if this guy is going to be mostly useless, then you might as well have him go somewhere else. And that's what the player here is doing. You're kind of cutting the rotates and you're flanking the rotates, which is a little more useful than just sitting in apartments by yourself and trying to find a fight that's going to be very difficult to find in the first place. So yeah, thanks for watching, and like the video if you like the video.